Welcome to the eMedNY computer-based training series for New York State Medicaid providers. This video is part of our enrollment series of tutorials. The purpose of this session is to provide instructions for creating an NY.GOV ID account when enrolling in the New York State Medicaid Provider Services portal. General information. NY.GOV ID is an online service that allows users to securely sign in to government services that participate with NY.GOV ID. An NY.GOV ID business account is required to access the New York State Medicaid Provider Services portal. All Provider Services portal users, such as practitioners, business owners, managing employees, and credentialing staff, must have their own NY.GOV ID business accounts. Multi-factor authentication and identity proofing steps are required for all NY.GOV ID business accounts. Begin the process of creating an NY.GOV ID account by accessing the NY.GOV ID website at my.ny.gov/loginv/login.xhtml. The NY.GOV ID website can also be accessed in Step 1 on the Medicaid Provider Services portal homepage on the eMedNY website. From the NY.GOV ID website, click Create an Account. Select Business Account from the 3 account types. Please note, if you currently have an NY.GOV ID personal account, you will still need to create a business account to access the Provider Services portal. Select NYS Department of Health, NYSO, from the list of business accounts. Complete the 3 NY.GOV ID business account self-registration steps. For Step 1, enter your first and last name. Enter and confirm your email address. Create a username, and then click Create Account. Continue with Steps 2 and 3. Once your NY.GOV ID account has been successfully created, this screen will display. This page does not contain a link to the Provider Services portal. To access the Provider Services portal, you must log out and return to the NY.GOV ID sign-in screen. Using your business account credentials, please sign in to NY.GOV ID at www.nysproviderportal.health.ny.gov to access the Provider Services portal. The NY.GOV ID sign-in screen can also be accessed from the Medicaid Provider Services portal homepage on the eMedNY website. Enter your NY.GOV ID business account username and password, then click Sign In. Once you've signed in, if you haven't already set up multi-factor authentication or identity proofing, you will be prompted to complete the steps. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, options include Okta Verify, Google Authenticator, SMS text message, and voice call. Please note, we recommend setting up more than one multi-factor authentication option as an alternate method if needed. Follow the instructions and prompts on your computer screen and on your smartphone to confirm your identity and complete the identity proofing step. Click Continue. A U.S. passport, passport card, driver's license, or state-issued non-driver ID is required to complete document verification and identity proofing. Click Get Started and follow the identity proofing steps. Once your MFA options have been selected and your identity proofing has been completed, you can sign into the Provider Services portal by once again going to www.nysproviderportal.health.ny.gov and entering your NY.GOV ID business account username and password. Click Sign In. You will be prompted to complete multi-factor authentication. In this example, you will receive an SMS text message. Click Send Code. Enter the code that was sent to your mobile device, and then click Verify. You have successfully accessed the Provider Services portal homepage for new provider enrollment. Important reminders. An NY.GOV ID business account is required to access the New York State Medicaid Provider Services portal. From the list of NY.GOV ID business user account options, select NYS Department of Health, NYSO. All provider services portal users, such as practitioners, business owners, managing employees, and credentialing staff, must have their own NY.GOV ID business accounts. Multi-factor authentication and identity proofing steps are required for all NY.GOV ID business accounts. For questions related to creating an NY.GOV ID business account, please visit the eMedNY website and reference the Provider Services Portal homepage and the NY.GOV ID Quick Reference Guide. If you have questions related to creating an NY.GOV ID business account, please refer to the FAQs for NY.GOV ID found at my.ny.gov. If you are unable to find an answer in the FAQs, contact New York State's Office of Information Technology Services Help Desk at 844-891-1786 or email them at fixit@its.ny.gov. This concludes our tutorial for the creation of an NY.GOV ID business account required to access the New York State Medicaid Provider Services Portal. Thank you for joining, and please visit us at emedny.org for additional training resources.